This message is for the person who feels overlooked, unheard, and underestimated. The one who has been doing the work quietly while the world looks elsewhere. The one who wakes up with pressure in the chest and goes to bed wondering if any of it is paying off. This is not about noise, attention, or proving anything to anyone. This is about taking control of your direction and refusing to waste your life trying to explain yourself. Most people lose their future because they spend their energy reacting instead of building. They respond to opinions that do not improve their income, their skills, or their character. They argue with people who are not walking their path. They explain decisions to those who will never support the outcome. That habit drains focus. That habit steals time. And time is the one thing that never comes back. Real growth begins the moment you stop seeking permission to become better. It starts when you decide that your progress does not need approval. Silence becomes strength when it is paired with action. Focus becomes power when it is protected from distraction. This is the season where attention must turn inward, not outward. The work that changes your life is not performed in public. It is done in quiet rooms, early mornings, and disciplined evenings. The world rewards results, not intentions. It listens when achievement speaks. Until then, silence is a shield. It protects your confidence while it is still growing. It protects your plans while they are still fragile. Not everything deserves an explanation. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. This is not about isolating yourself from people. It is about choosing where your energy goes. Every hour spent trying to impress is an hour stolen from improvement. Every emotional reaction delays progress. Focus is built by cutting out what does not move you forward. When you decide to focus on yourself, life becomes clearer. Decisions feel calmer. Effort feels purposeful. You stop rushing. You stop comparing. You stop announcing plans that require time to mature. Instead, you work, you learn, you refine, you repeat. This path is not fast, but it is effective. It demands patience, discipline, and honesty. It rewards those who stay consistent even when no one is watching. This is where real confidence is formed. Not from praise, but from self-respect. Not from attention, but from progress. What follows is not theory, it is direction. It is a reminder that your life improves the moment you stop explaining and start building. Stay present, stay focused, stay silent when necessary. The results will speak clearly when the time is right. Part 1. Stop explaining yourself to people who do not matter. There comes a point in life when you realize something important. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, plans, and reasons. Many people feel tired, confused, and drained not because life is hard, but because they keep trying to explain themselves to people who were never committed to understanding them in the first place. Early in life, most people are taught to seek approval. They want to be liked, they want to be understood. They want everyone to agree with their choices. That habit quietly steals confidence. Every time you explain yourself to the wrong person, you give away a piece of your inner strength. You begin to doubt decisions that were clear to you just moments before. You start adjusting your path to fit opinions that were never built on your goals, your values, or your future. The truth is simple. People who truly matter do not need long explanations. They watch how you live. They observe your consistency. They notice your effort. Those who do not matter will never be satisfied, no matter how well you explain. You can speak calmly, you can be honest, you can be clear, and still be misunderstood. That is not your failure. That is their limitation. There is a quiet power that comes from restraint. When you stop defending your choices, your mind becomes calmer. Your focus becomes sharper. You stop wasting emotional energy on conversations that go nowhere. You wake up with more clarity because you are no longer replaying arguments in your head that never deserved your attention. Many people ask for explanations not because they care, but because they want control. They want to poke holes in your thinking. They want to plant doubt. They want to pull you back to their comfort level. When you explain yourself too much, you invite unnecessary opinions into spaces that should be protected. Growth requires privacy. Strength requires silence at times. Think about how much time is lost trying to justify goals to people who have none. Think about how many dreams fade because someone listened too closely to voices that were not aligned with where they wanted to go. Progress slows down when every step must be approved by others. Momentum disappears when you keep stopping to explain why you are moving forward. Silence does not mean weakness. Silence means discipline. It means you are confident enough to let your actions speak later. It means you trust yourself enough to keep moving even when no one claps. People who explain everything often feel anxious. People who move quietly often feel grounded. When you stop explaining, you also stop arguing. You stop trying to convince. You stop seeking validation. Instead, you invest that energy into improving your habits, sharpening your skills, and strengthening your character. Results grow faster when focus is not divided. There is also emotional freedom in this decision. You no longer feel offended when someone disagrees. You no longer feel pressure to change their mind. You accept that not everyone will understand your pace, your priorities, or your discipline. Acceptance brings peace. Peace brings consistency. Consistency builds results. Some people will label your silence as arrogance. Others will call it distance. That is fine. Labels do not change your future. Distractions do. Protecting your time and energy becomes easier when you understand that opinions do not pay the price for your dreams. You do. When you explain less, you listen more to yourself. You hear your inner voice clearly. You become aware of what truly matters. You start making decisions faster because they are no longer filtered through fear of judgment. Confidence grows quietly, steadily, without noise. This habit also teaches patience. You learn to wait for outcomes instead of reactions. You let time reveal who was right. You allow progress to answer questions instead of words. Over time, even those who doubted begin to notice, not because you argued, but because you persisted. There is a calm strength in knowing that your life does not need constant commentary. Growth is not a group discussion. Improvement is personal work. Success does not require permission. As you move forward, remember this: explain only when it helps growth, not when it feeds insecurity. Speak when clarity is needed, not when approval is desired. Protect your direction by limiting access to it. The fewer people you explain yourself to, the more focused you become. Silence is not hiding, it is preparation. And preparation always shows itself when the time is right. Part 2, build in silence while others seek attention. There is a season in life when doing the work quietly becomes the smartest decision you can make. In a world where everyone wants to be seen, heard, and praised, choosing silence feels uncomfortable at first. Yet, this silence is not emptiness. It is focus. It is controlled. It is strength being built without distraction. Many people confuse attention with progress. They think posting, talking, and announcing equals movement. In reality, noise often replaces effort. Time spent explaining plans or showing unfinished work steals time from actual improvement. When you choose to build quietly, your energy stays where it belongs. Your mind becomes steady. Your actions become consistent. Building in silence teaches patience. It trains you to work without immediate reward. There is no applause in the early mornings, no praise in late nights, no recognition when nobody knows what you are doing. That is where character is formed. Anyone can work hard when eyes are watching. Few can stay disciplined when nobody is paying attention. Silence protects your direction. The moment people know your plans, opinions arrive. Some are well-meaning, others are careless, and a few are rooted in jealousy or fear. Even positive feedback can slow you down if it becomes addictive. When you work quietly, you remove outside pressure. You give yourself room to grow at your own pace. There is also less emotional drain. Attention-seeking creates stress. You begin to measure progress by reactions instead of results. You start chasing approval rather than improvement. Quiet work frees you from that trap. You focus on what needs to be done today, not how it will look to others. Think about how much mental space opens up when you stop performing for others. Your thoughts become clearer. Decisions become easier. You stop adjusting your actions to please an audience. You work based on standards, not reactions. That shift alone can change the speed of your growth. Silence sharpens discipline. Without external validation, you rely on inner standards. You either show up or you do not. There is no one to impress, no one to disappoint. Only commitments you made to yourself. This builds self-respect, and self-respect fuels long-term success. People who seek attention often burn out. They carry the weight of expectations they created too early. Quiet builders move with less pressure. They test, adjust, learn, and improve without embarrassment. Mistakes become lessons instead of public failures. Growth stays clean and focused. There is also power in surprise. When results appear without announcement, they carry more weight. People listen differently when they see consistency instead of promises. Quiet effort creates credibility. Over time, your work introduces you better than words ever could. Silence does not mean isolation. It means selective sharing. It means choosing progress over popularity. It means understanding that not every step needs to be visible to be valuable. Some of the most important growth happens when nobody is watching. As you continue, remember this: attention fades quickly, skills last, praise disappears, discipline remains. Build something solid while others chase noise. Stay steady while others rush for recognition. The quiet path often leads the farthest. When the time comes, your results will speak clearly. Until then, protect your focus. Keep working. Let silence do its job. Part 3. Improve your skills instead of seeking approval. There comes a point where progress depends on a hard decision most people avoid. You either spend your days trying to be liked, or you spend them becoming capable. Both paths demand time and energy, but only one builds a future you can stand on. Seeking approval feels good in the moment. Improving your skills feels difficult at first, but it pays you back for the rest of your life. Approval is unpredictable. One day people agree with you, the next day they change their minds. Their opinions shift based on mood, trends, or their own insecurity. When your confidence depends on that, your direction becomes unstable. You hesitate, you doubt yourself. You adjust your actions to match what others want to hear. Progress slows quietly while you stay busy trying to look acceptable. Skill development is different. Skills grow through repetition, effort, and patience. They do not care about applause. They respond only to work. When you focus on improving what you can do, your confidence becomes internal. You walk differently, you speak with clarity, you make decisions faster because you trust your ability to figure things out. Many people confuse confidence with approval. Real confidence comes from knowing you can handle problems. It comes from practice. It comes from putting yourself in situations where you struggle, fail, adjust, and try again. Every hour spent sharpening a skill compounds quietly. Weeks later, you notice tasks feel easier. Months later, others start noticing your competence. That attention arrives naturally when you stop chasing it. Seeking approval often leads to shallow effort. You do what looks impressive instead of what builds depth. You start projects for praise instead of finishing them for mastery. Improvement requires the opposite approach. It asks you to stay with boring practice. It asks you to repeat basics until they become second nature. It asks you to learn things nobody claps for. Skill building demands humility. You must accept being bad at something before becoming good. Many avoid this stage because it hurts the ego. They would rather appear capable than actually become capable. But growth begins the moment you stop protecting your image and start protecting your future. When you improve your skills, your value increases naturally. You become useful, you solve problems, you create results. Opportunities follow people who can deliver, not people who seek validation. The world rewards competence quietly but consistently. You do not need to announce it. Results introduce you on your behalf. There is also freedom in skill mastery. When you know you can produce value, you stop begging for chances. You stop fearing rejection. You understand that your ability travels with you. It does not depend on location, opinion, or timing. That kind of security changes how you approach life. Improving skills also sharpens focus. Instead of checking reactions, you measure progress. Instead of worrying about judgment, you study outcomes. You become less emotional and more practical. Each day becomes about small improvements. One concept understood better. One task done with more accuracy. One habit refined. Over time, something powerful happens. People who once ignored you start paying attention. People who doubted you begin asking questions. Not because you demanded respect, but because your work earned it. Approval earned through results feels different. It is quiet, it is solid, it does not disappear overnight. The most important part is this: skills stack. Approval does not. Every day spent learning adds weight to your foundation. Every day spent chasing validation leaves you standing on nothing. Choose the path that builds substance. Choose effort that stays with you. If you commit to improving what you can do, the need for approval slowly fades. You become busy with growth, focused on progress, grounded in ability. And when silence surrounds your work, you keep moving because you are no longer waiting to be told you are enough. You already know it through what you can produce. Keep sharpening yourself. The world eventually notices those who do. Part 4. Protect your energy from noise and negativity. Energy is one of the most valuable things you carry each day, yet most people spend it carelessly. They wake up already tired, not because of hard work, but because their mind has been pulled in too many directions. Noise surrounds them before the day even starts. Opinions, complaints, arguments, and endless information compete for attention. If you do not protect your energy, it will be used by things that give nothing back. Noise is not only sound, it is distraction. It is constant updates, unnecessary conversations, and emotional drama that adds no value to your life. Negativity often hides inside this noise. It shows up as doubt, criticism, gossip, and fear passed from one person to another. When you allow these things close to you, they slowly drain your focus and weaken your drive. Many people underestimate how much mental energy they lose reacting to things that do not matter. A careless comment can stay in your mind all day. Someone else's bad mood can change how you feel about your own progress. Over time, this constant reaction creates exhaustion. You feel busy, yet nothing meaningful moves forward. Protecting your energy starts with awareness. Notice what pulls your attention away from your goals. Notice which conversations leave you feeling heavy instead of clear. Notice which habits make your mind restless instead of focused. These small drains add up. What feels harmless in a moment can cost you hours of clarity. Not every message deserves a response. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. Not every problem belongs to you. Learning to step back is not weakness, it is discipline. When you choose where your energy goes, you regain control of your direction. Negativity often spreads easily because it asks for agreement. Complaints invite more complaints. Fear invites more fear. If you stay around it long enough, it starts sounding normal. Soon, your own thinking lowers without you noticing. Goals feel harder. Effort feels heavier. Optimism fades quietly. Protecting your energy sometimes means reducing exposure, less unnecessary scrolling, fewer debates that lead nowhere, less time spent listening to people who speak without purpose. Silence, even in short moments, helps your mind reset. It gives space for your own thoughts to surface instead of being buried under noise. There is also a need to guard emotional energy. Not everyone needs access to your feelings, plans, or struggles. Oversharing invites opinions you did not ask for. Some people may doubt you, not because you are wrong, but because they see their own limits reflected in your ambition. Keeping certain things private keeps them safe. Focus grows when energy is protected. You think more clearly. Decisions come faster. You stop reacting and start acting. Tasks that once felt overwhelming. This is not because the work changed, but because your mind is no longer scattered. Strong boundaries help maintain this state. Boundaries are not about pushing people away. They are about choosing what you allow close. When you protect your energy, you show respect for your time and goals. Others eventually learn how to treat you by what you tolerate. Another important part is self-talk. Negativity does not only come from outside, it also comes from your own inner voice. Harsh self-criticism drains energy faster than any external noise. Replacing constant judgment with steady guidance keeps your mind working for you, not against you. When energy is protected, momentum builds. You feel steady instead of rushed, calm instead of tense, focused instead of scattered. This creates consistency, and consistency creates results. People often search for motivation, but energy management is more powerful. Motivation comes and goes. That energy stays. Over time, something shifts. You become less reactive, less emotional about distractions, more committed to progress. Noise still exists, but it no longer controls you. Negativity still appears, but it no longer stays. The quiet strength of a focused mind is hard to describe, but easy to recognize. It shows in how you move through challenges. It shows in how you respond instead of react. It shows in the results you produce without burning out. Guard your energy carefully. Use it where it builds your future, not where it feeds distraction. When you protect what fuels your progress, growth becomes steady, clear, and sustainable. Part 5. Let your results speak for you. There comes a point where words lose their power and results take over. This is where real confidence is built. Not the kind that comes from talking about plans, but the kind that grows quietly through action. When you focus on yourself and stay silent, your work starts to speak in ways words never could. Many people feel the need to explain their goals before they begin. They announce plans, defend choices, and seek agreement. This often comes from insecurity, not strength. The need to be understood by everyone keeps you tied to opinions that do not move your life forward. Results remove that need completely. When progress is visible, explanations become unnecessary. Silence during growth is not hiding, it is concentration. It allows you to invest all your energy into execution instead of communication. Time spent proving yourself is time taken away from improving yourself. When effort goes into daily action, progress becomes steady and undeniable. So, results are honest. They do not exaggerate. They do not argue. They simply show what has been done. When your skills improve, when your income grows, when your discipline becomes visible, people notice without being told. Respect earned this way is deeper and longer lasting than attention gained through noise. There is also peace in letting outcomes speak. You stop worrying about who believes in you. You stop trying to convince people who already made up their minds. Your focus shifts from approval to improvement. This creates freedom. Freedom from comparison, freedom from doubt created by others, freedom to move at your own pace. Consistency plays a big role here. One good day does not speak loudly. Repeated effort over time does. Quiet discipline builds a foundation that does not shake under pressure. So, when setbacks happen, you do not rush to explain them. You simply adjust and continue. That calm response is a result in itself. People often misunderstand silence. They think it means doing nothing. In reality, it often means doing more than anyone sees. Early mornings, late nights, repetition, practice, study, small improvements that stack quietly. This invisible work later becomes visible success. When results speak, criticism fades, doubt loses its voice. Even those who questioned your direction begin to change how they look at you. Not because you argued, but because progress became clear. This is why patience matters. Growth needs time to become. Letting results speak also keeps ego in check. You do not need to exaggerate achievements or compare yourself to others. You know what went into your progress. That knowledge creates grounded confidence, not loud pride. You stay focused on the next step instead of celebrating too early. Another benefit is clarity. Results give feedback. They show what works and what does not. Instead of emotional reactions, you respond with adjustments. This keeps growth practical and steady. Silence allows you to observe more and talk less, which sharpens judgment. In the long run, people remember outcomes, not explanations. They remember reliability, not promises. They remember consistency, not talk. When your actions align with your goals, your life becomes a clear message without needing words. Staying silent while building is not about isolation. It is about intention. Choosing progress over attention. Choosing discipline over validation. Choosing long-term respect over short-term praise. When the work is done and the results are visible, you will notice something important. You will not feel the need to speak loudly. Your presence, your habits, and your progress will already say enough. Part 6. Use time alone to strengthen your mind and vision. Time alone is not a weakness. It is one of the strongest tools available to anyone who wants real progress. When you spend time by yourself on purpose, your mind becomes clearer and your direction becomes stronger. Most people avoid being alone because silence makes them uncomfortable. Silence removes distractions, and when distractions are gone, truth shows up. That truth can be uncomfortable at first, but it is also where growth begins. When you are alone, there is no audience to impress, no opinions to react to, no pressure to explain yourself. This is where honest thinking happens. You start to hear your own thoughts without interruption. You notice what truly matters to you and what has only been noise. This clarity is necessary if you want a strong vision for your future. Being alone gives your mind space to recover. Every day, the world demands attention. Messages, videos, opinions, expectations. All of that pulls your focus in different directions. Time alone pulls it back. It allows your thoughts to slow down. When your mind slows down, it starts to work better. Decisions become simpler. Priorities become clearer. Vision does not grow in chaos. It grows in quiet moments where you can think deeply without rushing. When you are alone, you can reflect on where you are and where you want to go. You can review your actions without defending them. You can adjust your direction without feeling judged. This process strengthens your vision because it is built on honesty, not pressure. Many people confuse loneliness with being alone. They are not the same. Loneliness comes from lack of purpose and connection. Intentional time alone comes from self-respect. It is a decision to invest in your inner strength. When you use time alone wisely, you return to the world more focused, more patient, and more confident. Your mind needs training just like your body. Training requires repetition and focus. That cannot happen when attention is constantly divided. Time alone allows you to read, think, write, and plan without interruption. These quiet habits build. Over time, this discipline becomes visible in how you speak, how you act, and how you respond to pressure. When you are alone, you can examine your goals honestly. You can ask yourself if your daily actions match your long-term plans. You can spot habits that waste time and replace them with better ones. This kind of self-review is difficult in busy environments because distractions soften the truth. Alone time removes that comfort and replaces it with clarity. Strong vision requires patience. It does not appear instantly. It forms slowly through consistent thinking and adjustment. Time alone gives you the chance to revisit your goals regularly. Each review sharpens your direction. You begin to see small steps instead of feeling overwhelmed by the whole journey. This keeps motivation steady and realistic. Being comfortable alone also builds emotional strength. You stop depending on constant approval. You stop needing validation to feel confident. Your confidence becomes internal. This changes how you move through life. You become less reactive and more intentional. Listen more and speak with purpose. Time alone also improves focus. When you train yourself to be present without distraction, your attention span grows. This makes work more effective and learning faster. You waste less time switching between tasks. Focus becomes a habit instead of a struggle. Vision becomes stronger when it is protected. Constant exposure to other people's goals can confuse your direction. Time alone protects your vision from comparison. It allows your goals to remain yours, not borrowed, not influenced by trends. This creates commitment because the vision feels personal and meaningful. Alone time is also where resilience is built. When challenges appear, you can think through solutions calmly. You learn to trust your judgment. This reduces fear and hesitation. You become more decisive because your thinking has depth. Using time alone does not mean avoiding people forever. It means balancing interaction with reflection. You step away to strengthen yourself, then return better prepared. Over time, people notice your calm focus and clear direction that comes from inner work, not constant noise. If you want a strong mind and a clear vision, make time alone a regular practice. Not as an escape, but as preparation. Use it to think, plan, and grow. The strength you build there will guide your actions everywhere else. Part 7, stay patient and trust the power of quiet consistency. Patience is not passive. It is active discipline practiced every day without applause. Quiet consistency is the decision to keep showing up even when progress feels slow and results stay invisible. Most people quit too early because they expect quick proof that their effort matters. Real growth rarely announces itself in the beginning. It works silently, building strength below the surface long before it shows on the outside. When you choose to stay patient, you stop rushing the process. You stop demanding instant rewards. You understand that meaningful change takes time because it reshapes habits, thinking, and identity. This kind of growth cannot be forced. It has to be practiced. Quiet consistency allows this process to unfold naturally and steadily. Many people lose confidence because they measure progress only by visible outcomes. They overlook the daily improvements that do not get attention. Each focused hour, each disciplined choice, each day of showing up matters. These small actions stack over time. The power is not in one big effort, but in many simple efforts repeated without interruption. Trust grows when you see yourself stay committed even on difficult days. This builds self-respect. You begin to believe in your ability to follow through. That belief becomes a source of calm strength. You stop feeling desperate for validation because you know the work is being done. Quiet consistency protects your energy. Loud effort often leads to burnout because it relies on emotion. Consistent effort relies on routine. When actions become routine, they require less emotional energy. This makes long-term progress possible. You do not need to feel inspired every day. You only need to stay committed. Patience also sharpens focus. When you stop rushing, you pay attention to quality. You notice what works and what needs adjustment. This prevents wasted effort. Progress becomes more efficient because it is guided by awareness, not pressure. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is happening. Those moments test commitment. This is where many people step away. But this stage is not failure, it is preparation. Skills are strengthening. Habits are forming. Confidence is growing quietly. Leaving at this stage means walking away just before momentum appears. Consistency also builds credibility. Over time, others notice reliability. They see stability instead of sudden bursts. This earns trust. Trust opens opportunities. But this only happens when consistency is maintained long enough to be visible. Patience changes how you respond to setbacks. Instead of quitting, you adjust. Instead of reacting emotionally, you analyze calmly. This mindset keeps progress moving forward even when conditions are not perfect. Quiet consistency also creates freedom. When discipline becomes natural, choices become easier. You no longer debate whether to act. You simply do what aligns with your direction. This reduces stress and builds confidence. Trusting the process does not mean ignoring results. It means understanding timing. You stay focused on effort while allowing results to arrive when they are ready. This balance keeps motivation. Over time, quiet consistency compounds. What once felt small becomes powerful. Progress that seemed invisible becomes undeniable. Others may call it luck, but you will know it was patience, discipline, and trust in daily effort. Stay patient, stay steady, keep moving forward even when the path feels quiet. This is how lasting success is built. As you move forward, remember this truth: your life is built in the hours no one sees. Every step you take in silence, every effort made without applause, is a deposit in your future. The world may not notice now, and that is exactly how it should be. Your work is not for validation. It is for results, for growth, for the life you are determined to create. Keep your focus sharp and your mind clear. Protect your energy from distractions and the noise of unnecessary opinions. The people who matter will recognize your progress when it becomes undeniable. Until then, let your actions speak louder than words. Let your discipline, your consistency, and your perseverance define you. Let every choice you make, every hour you dedicate, be a step toward the person you are destined to become. Success is quiet. Achievement does not announce itself in the moment. It becomes visible over time through consistent effort. Trust the process. Stay patient. Value every minute as an opportunity to improve yourself. Your growth is happening even when no one is watching, and that is the most powerful growth of all. Never forget, the life you desire requires focus, silence, and unwavering commitment to yourself. Guard your time, strengthen your mind, and let your results shine brighter than any explanation ever could. In focus on yourself, remain silent, and allow your actions to shape the future you have been building in secret. The world will see it. The world will respect it. Most importantly, you will live it.